Eagles urge to make eventual run at ex-Bills starting playmaker. There are few roster moves that the Philadelphia Eagles can still make this season that will be of consequence. The latest Eagles rumors are taking a look at potential offseason signings. Bleacher Report's Matt Holder believes Philadelphia should target Houston Texans running back Devin Singletary. With DeAndre Swift and Boston Scott scheduled to hit free agency, Philadelphia will be looking for at least one running back on the open market this spring, Holder detailed in Bleacher Report's NFL team needs. Prioritizing every roster's biggest weaknesses after Week 10, published on November 13, 2023. However, the Eagles also typically like to use a committee approach to the position and are economical with their backfield spending. Singletary has shared carries his entire 5-year career and has been productive in that type of role with over 3,300 rushing yards and 1,000 receiving yards entering Week 10. He's also playing on a 1-year, $2.75 million deal and shouldn't command much more than that in the offseason. Could Devin Singletary be a Philadelphia Eagles replacement option for DeAndre Swift? Singletary now plays for the Texans but is best known for being the longtime Bills starting running back. The playmaker has 92 carries for 359 yards and a touchdown through the first 10 weeks of the season. Singletary is 1 year removed from posting 177 rushes for 819 yards and 5 touchdowns and 16 starts for the Bills in 2022. The veteran also added 38 receptions for 280 yards and a touchdown through the air. The running back signed a 1-year, $2.75 million contract with the Texans last offseason. Spotrac projects Singletary's market value to be a 3-year, $12 million deal. Yet, it is hard to imagine Singletary commanding this much of a raise given his current production. Eagles rumors. DeAndre Swift's market value projects to be a 4-year, $29.5 million contract. The veteran would likely be an affordable option for the Eagles, but does not represent an upgrade from their current situation. DeAndre Swift's production has fluctuated throughout the season, posting 135 carries for 614 yards and 3 touchdowns during the first 10 weeks. Swift is already having a career yet, but it remains to be seen if the running back is the long-term solution at the position. The running back is in the final season of a 4-year, $8.5 million rookie contract. Spotrac's projections appear to be a bit inflated for running backs given the lack of sizable deals we saw at the position last offseason. Swift projects to have a market value of a 4-year, $29.5 million contract. Under this scenario, Swift would have an average annual salary of $7 million, quite high for an NFL running back. If Swift is able to command this type of deal, the Eagles would be wise to pass on re-signing Swift. Philly could decline to re-sign Swift and bring in a veteran like Singletary to pair with a rookie running back. Some of the top potential running back prospects for the 2024 NFL Draft include Notre Dame's Audric Estime, Ohio State's Travion Henderson, Wisconsin's Braylon Allen, and Michigan's Blake Corum. Regardless, Eagles rumors will heat up as the front office faces an upcoming decision on how to solidify the running back position. NFL team needs. Prioritizing every roster's biggest weaknesses after Week 10. Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles remain in first place in the NFC standings after the bye week, but the time off didn't exactly bring good news to Philadelphia. Linebacker Nakobe Dean and tight end Dallas Goedert are expected to miss several weeks after suffering injuries against Dallas. Obviously, Philadelphia is still in a good position as far as the playoffs go, and Jalen Hurts and Bradley Roby got time to heal up, but it can't be a comforting feeling to be without 2 key contributors down the stretch of the season. Biggest weaknesses. Tight end, linebacker, cornerback depth, wide receiver depth. And now, Dan Arnold. In addition to Goddard, Grant Calcaterra has a concussion, which will really test the Eagles' depth at tight end. While the team does have Jack Stoll and Albert Okwuegbunam to turn to, it couldn't hurt to bring in a veteran like Arnold who knows the playbook after spending training camp with the Birds. He could at least serve as an insurance policy in case of an emergency. 2024 NFL Draft. IOL Jackson Powers Johnson, Oregon. With Jason Kelce potentially retiring at the end of the season, the Eagles are going to be looking for some help on the interior of their offensive line during the draft. Powers Johnson could be a good middle-round target as he has a 4th-round grade on B/R's big board and has caught the eye of our offensive line scout Brandon Thorne. Powers Johnson is an active and alert presence at the pivot with very good size at 6 feet 3 inches 320 to get on defenders quickly before overwhelming them with his power and finishing skills, Thorne said. He does have a tendency to play high on contact that can result in quick stalemates, but he is a force multiplier in protection with the processing skills to sniff out soft spots in protection, showing a strong understanding of where the defense is trying to attack from. His ascension this season is making an early declaration to the NFL look more and more like a possibility with each passing week. Eagles tried to trade for Broncos $20 million All-Pro ahead of deadline. Report. The Philadelphia Eagles attempted to trade for Denver Broncos All-Pro cornerback Patrick Surtain too, according to NFL insider Mike Florio. Per a source with knowledge of the situation, both the 49ers and Eagles explored the possibility of trading for Surtain, Florio reported on November 12th. They both were calling the Broncos, and they each were concerned that the other would end up with Surtain. It wasn't to be, however, because the Broncos wouldn't trade him without a major haul. The Broncos see Surtain as someone who checks every box. Considering the issues Philly has had with its secondary so far this season, it's no surprise to hear about the team's interest in a playmaker of Surtain's talents. Trading for Patrick Surtain would have cost the Eagles big time. Surtain, who is in the third year of his four-year, $21 million rookie contract, is one of the league's best young corners. A first-team All-Pro in 2022, the 6'2", 202-pound defensive back allowed 41 receptions on 69 targets last year, 10.2 yards per catch, according to PFF. Opposing quarterbacks had an unimpressive passer rating of 84.0 when throwing his way. The Broncos CB also has the respect of his peers, including Eagles All-Pro wide receiver A.J. Brown. I think the best cornerback in the game right now is Pat Surtain, Brown said in a November 6th appearance on Fox Sports 1's Speak. There's little doubt adding a player like Surtain to the Eagles secondary would give it a huge boost, particularly with veterans like Slay and James Bradberry continuing to struggle. But another NFL insider, Jason La Canfora of the Washington Post, reported Denver was asking for multiple first-rounders in exchange for Surtain. That's a steep price to pay, despite Surtain's talents. The Eagles still made a significant addition to their secondary prior to the trade deadline on November 1st, sending Terrell Edmunds and future 5th and 6th-round picks to the Tennessee Titans in exchange safety Kevin Byard. It wasn't as splashy a move as adding Surtain would have been, but it was less costly and still helped the team address a glaring issue. We'll see if Philly's secondary can pick it up in the second half of the season. Thanks for watching. If you're not yet subscribed, subscribe to the channel, and don't leave without first leaving a comment. See you next time.